What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLorean here. Welcome back to a brand new video. And today what I want to do is take a look at and break down the latest trailer for The Walking Dead Season 10B shot by shot. Now this trailer is pretty much awesome. Like, it features everything that every fan of The Walking Dead wants from Season 10B, and it features everything that everyone's excited for. So without further ado or any distractions, let's hop right into breaking down the Season 10B trailer for The Walking Dead. So the trailer opens with Daryl pretty much like, walking towards the entrance of Hilltop, possibly going out to battle, like we saw in the first Season 10B trailer, where he's pretty much leaving Hilltop and everything. We're not leaving Hilltop like, to leave and everything, but he's pretty much leaving Hilltop to go out to the front of Hilltop and anything to fight off all the walkers. And Hilltop still does look standing behind him, because obviously in the trailer, further into the trailer, we will see, the Hilltop will take some hits. We get a behind shot from him and everything, and obviously, the gates are still standing, which is good and everything, and he has this little really cool, swingy weapon. I'm not exactly sure what to call it, but it does look very, very cool. Also, let's take a look at his jacket. His jacket is, the complete jacket and everything. Obviously, Judith will, sew on, the other wing, which is really cool. I think it looks really cool and adds some really cool colors to, his jacket. Also, to get a little bit serious, I would like to take a look at Daryl's right wrist. For some reason, he has this kind of, thing around it, which this could be, he could always have had this on. I think I just didn't notice. But I do, have seen a little bit more of this. It's, hard not to, look at. This could be from the cave. Daryl might get, a little hurt and he has to have, his arm wrapped. But it's definitely something to keep and, take a look at and everything, and keep your eye on during, the Season 10B premiere and just all, the rest of, the season. Because I'm not sure what, the injury's from yet. Let me go outside of Hilltop and everything. We see Aaron and his army all, ready for the walkers, ready for the Whispers to come and take down Hilltop. Obviously, at the end of the day, obviously, they'll, win. But the most notable faces in the shot right here, obviously, Aaron, who will make it out of the cave. We see Eugene, pretty far in the back. I think we see Yumiko, very, very far back. It's very hard to see since all the shots are very, pretty blurry and everything, and it's all, very low res. Then we kind of get a zoom out shot right here where we basically see Kelly, Yumiko. We see, a ton of other, Hilltop members right here. Yeah, again, it's pretty hard to, point out exactly who's here and everything, obviously, because, like I said, it's very blurry and low res. But the Hilltop is still standing and everything. It looks like they're just getting ready for, the walkers and the Whispers to come to Hilltop. Then next shot, we complete change setting and everything. We get Michonne in. I'm not sure if this is a flashback necessarily, because Michonne does kind of have the, a bit of, the Season 9, Season 10-ish Michonne hair. Because obviously from, the, earlier seasons to now, her hair has changed, style and everything. This does look like the Season 10, Michonne hair. And right behind her, she does have, walkers or two walkers chained behind her. And I guess she's gonna use the same strategy, like I said, and everything. This could be a flashback or might not be. But if it isn't a flashback, she is gonna be using the exact same strategy that she did in Season 3 of The Walking Dead, where she, bashes the walkers' mouths in and everything so they can't bite, and cuts off their arms and everything so they can't scratch. And she's gonna, chain them up and everything. I think keep the walkers away from her. But I think it's very cool and everything to see, Michonne using this style again. Obviously, she's in the woods, which obviously this will mean that Michonne and Virgil will make it to land and everything yet again, unless this is a flashback, which, like I said, I doubt it is, since she does have the Season 9 or 10-ish, hairstyle. But then the next shot, I basically get Carol, who I'm not sure if this is inside the cave. It does kind of look like the cave in the background, you might be able to see some rock, or it might just be, in the woods, or this could be a hilltop, since there is a bit of, it does look like there's some wood behind her, some wood pillars. But also, next to, Carol's eye and everything, we do get pretty much a thing that debunks all the theories about, Carol's death. We see the gigantic scar or gash anything right next to Carol's eye and everything, which obviously everyone was, suspecting, oh, is this where, Carol's gonna get stabbed and everything, kind of like Andrea's death and everything in the comics. But obviously, it's pretty much confirmed now that she's living or anything with the gash, meaning that this isn't her death. Actually, I guess you could kind of scratch that, she still could get stabbed there and everything, she could still, but I don't know, with this shot and everything right here, pretty much, debunks the theory or anything that she won't die. Yet again, she still could, but I don't know. But she does kind of look a bit scared in this shot, and I think she does have her bow and arrow. Like I said, this could either be in the woods at Hilltop or still in the cave, but the wood pillars kind of make it look like it's at Hilltop. If you go to the next shot right here, we get Rosita, and she has a bit of armor on right here, because she has kind of the two pads right there, and I think she has some armor and obviously a different outfit on, but she's in the woods. I'm not sure where exactly she is. She does kind of look a bit stunned, and I think she might be seeing a Whisperer, a group of walkers, or maybe someone that she's getting angry or displeased with. But we also do see two, kind of cabin-ish buildings, right behind her, which I'm not sure what these cabins are. There have been some, I guess you could say, leaked photos from the set of The Walking Dead where there are some cabins, and these might be those cabins and everything. I'm not sure where or what these are exactly, honestly. This could be where they store weapons, maybe, or where they find find some weapons, because obviously further into the trailer we will see like, you know, Gabriel with some guns. So those could be where they find weapons. I don't know. The next shot we see Daryl and King Ezekiel and everything sitting inside what I can only assume is the Barrington house at the hilltop. And we do see them kind of like, I guess you could say make up, since in season 9, I think episode 16, they had a bit of a butting head moment where Ezekiel pretty much told Daryl to like, you know, leave and pretty much never come back. Or I'm not sure if that's exactly how I want to put it, but he pretty much told Daryl to like, you know, back off from like, you know, Carol and everything. But obviously in this shot right here, they're pretty much going to be, you know, I guess, you know, making up, I guess, which is very cool because they do look like very serious at each other, like they will be making up, and it looks really cool and everything. I'm really glad and I'm really excited for the scene. I wondered though if Ezekiel will tell Daryl about his cancer and everything, and like, you know, Daryl will tell Carol, or he won't tell Carol and anything, or Ezekiel will only tell like, you know, him, or I don't know. Then the next shot is pretty interesting. We basically get to see Father Gabriel and everything staring through the jail cell at, I can assume, Alexandria, which it pretty much is, since that's where like, you know, Father Gabriel is. But you do have to wonder, who is he looking at? Who is Father Gabriel looking at inside the jail cell at Alexandria? And obviously one isn't Negan or anything, since obviously like, you know, he's at the Whisperer camp. So I can only assume that this is Gamma, or maybe another Whisperer spy and everything. I can only assume that it 100% confirm that it is probably Gamma, since obviously Gamma will like, you know, visit Alexandria as we see in the first season 10B trailer. So she obviously is going to visit Alexandria and everything, and I can only assume that this is her inside the cell that, you know, Gabriel's talking to or looking at in, you know, disgust or, you know, amazement. I don't know. Then the next shot we pretty much go to, I think, the hilltop and everything, because obviously Luke is at the hilltop in like, you know, the most recent episodes that we know of, and we see also the pillars and everything that we all see at like, you know, the hilltop. So we see Luke and everything at hilltop and everything, battling with everyone else at hilltop and everything, trying to keep the walkers out, killing some walkers epically. Luke does have his very cool and new signature weapon that I actually think looks really cool. They're obviously fending off at like, you know, hilltop and everything from all the walkers, trying to get to like, you know, hilltop, and possibly some whispers. I'm not sure if there will be whispers at this like, you know, battle. Actually, scratch that. There obviously will be, because we do get a shot like, you know, later on with like, you know, Alpha at hilltop with some of like, you know, her whispers. We get another shot and everything of obviously like, you know, some walkers falling over like, you know, the barriers, and, you know, Luke and everyone else defending off, like, you know, fighting off all the like walkers. Then next right here we get probably the most talked about shot of the entire trailer, from at least everyone else that I've all like seen opinions and breakdowns of, which is this walker emerging from the grave, or a grave. Now I do heavily with all my heart think that this is the old lady that Dante killed in episode, I think 8 or 7 of season 10. And I do say this because this is the exact same cross that obviously like, you know, Dante or Sadiq and everything buried like, you know, the old lady with. Now a lot of people have been debunking this theory and everything with like, oh, why didn't she dig out earlier? Why is she digging out now, weeks later from when she was buried? And I did see a really good answer to that debunction or whatever, and that's pretty much that, like, you know, obviously she was buried very far under, like, you know, neath the ground. So yeah, I really do heavily think that this is like, you know, I think her name is Cheryl from like, you know, Alexandria. Then next we pretty much get like a shot of, you know, Beta jumping over the fences, or not jumping over the fences, but, you know, inside Alexandria with like, you know, his 2 knives, and obviously, you know, Cheryl emerging from the ground or anything and possibly attacking Alexandria, and, you know, the Whisperers attacking have been heavily theorized to be on the exact same night, which will be a very cool, like, you know, scene and just sequence. Next we have pretty much Gabriel outside of the hilltop and Alexandrian walls, because obviously we see Eugene in the background. Obviously he's at the hilltop, and, you know, some shots and everything inside the season 10B trailer. So obviously these groups will meet and everything. They're gonna go out. Father Gabriel has a gun, which I'm very confused. Like I said, they might find guns or anything. Michonne might bring back guns for them, or they'll possibly find guns and anything, obviously to fight off the Whisperers. But Father Gabriel does have a gun. He's out here with Eugene and everything. So obviously, like, you know, Eugene from Hilltop and Alexandria, Father Gabriel, and I think will collide, and I think those groups will meet. But Father Gabriel is shooting off something like, you know, rounds and everything here in the woods. And I don't know why, but this kind of shot and sequence, I think here kind of replicates possibly a moment from, I think, volume 16 maybe, or 26. It's definitely one of the volumes of The Walking Dead or anything, where a group of, like, you know, survivors, I think are survivors, and then go into the, like, you know, Whisperer camp saying, or the Whisperer side of the border, and, like, you know, attack and everything to pretty much find Negan. But obviously they end up just attacking and alerting the Whisperers, starting some form of conflict. And I really do think this is gonna be that volume, or what's gonna happen, like, in this thing is gonna be what, like, from, like, you know, the volume where, like, you know, Alexandrians or, like, you know, our survivors, and then go into the Whisperers camp and everything, or the Whisperer side of the border and everything, and pretty much, like, you know, start some shit and everything, shoot at some Whisperers, and, like, you know, kill some people. So I do think this is heavily from that volume. Then next we see Gamma or Mary and anything, like, sitting on the floor looking quite distraught up. Now I'm not sure if this is either A, in the Whisper whisper camp or anything, and Mary might be like, you know, possibly getting confronted by Alpha or anything, or, you know, might be looking up to her, just somewhere, just in the whisper camp in general? Or is Mary with Father Gabriel, Eugene, the group and everything? Is she like, you know, led them out here and everything to, you know, help them maybe to like, you know, get them out of the cave or just something? Because obviously Gamma or Mary and everything go to Alexandria to alert, like, you know, Father Gabriel, Alexandria, that they are trapped in the cave. And I don't know why, but I feel like either A, Mary just fell on the ground or something, or Father Gabriel is pointing the gun at her, or like, you know, like he got pissed off at her and she's on the ground, like, you know, for some reason. But then the next shot, we completely change setting, everything, and we go to Michonne in the woods. And obviously, yet again, this is Michonne, and Virgil and everything will make it to land. And Michonne has the exact same look that she did in the season 10 trailer where she was holding Lucille, but obviously at the moment, I think she has her katana and everything. She has her hair, like, you know, wrapped up, and she has this really cool look and everything. She's just like, you know, hanging on the woods, slashing and gashing some walkers. But then next, really scarily enough and everything, we see Michonne and everything with the exact same look and everything, but there are people with guns that are kind of looking for her, or, you know, just looking around the woods or anything. But there's people with guns and everything in the exact same woods, and I'm very heavily concerned that people aren't talking more about this shot right here, because there are people with guns looking for Michonne or around Michonne. And obviously this is on a completely different island than, or like, you know, place than, you know, Alexandria, Hilltop, and the Kingdom and everything are and everything. So I wonder if this is a completely new community that's looking for Michonne. I have no clue. But then next and everything, yet again, we change setting. We see Connie and Magma making their way through the cave. Obviously, Connie has, like, you know, a lantern and everything. She's guiding them through the cave. Now, it is heavily theorized that Connie will not make it out of the cave, which is pretty, you know, supported with lots of evidence at the moment. We do have her and everything guiding Magma, and maybe some other people behind her, like, you know, through the cave. And they do look very intense, like, running through the cave. So I wonder if they're running from some walkers, or, you know, just running from something or to something. But it's definitely, like, an interesting shot nonetheless. Next shot, we pretty much get, like, you know, like, Alpha walking in a field with Negan right behind her. And Alpha's face does look a bit weird here. Either A, like, she's about to break into a smile, or like she's actually about to break down and cry, because she does look a bit sad, maybe. In this shot right here, we get Negan behind her, which looks very cool. He has his full jacket. And obviously, if Alpha is gonna cry, that kind of does replicate, or like, you know, like point towards where, like, you know, she cries, breaks down and everything, and Negan kills her, just like what happened in the comics. But I'm not sure if that will happen this early, and especially in broad daylight. But I wonder where Alpha is taking Negan, or where Negan is taking Alpha. But then right here and everything, we get basically a shot of Daryl and everything. And obviously, this is the shot from the like teaser that we already got, and obviously and everything already broke down. But what I did not see in this teaser or anything, what a lot of people did point out to me and everything, is that there is a hand next to Daryl's, or like, you know, another person next to Daryl. So I do wonder who that is. In the next show, I basically pretty much get Kelly, who, you know, I'm very concerned also why Kelly was lying down right here. She either A, passed out, fell, or is trying to save someone that fell into, like, you know, a group of walkers, which it could be Connie. I don't know, because Kelly does look pretty sad, scared, or just whatever right here. But in the next shot right here, we pretty much get Rosita running around inside of what I can only assume is her house, I think, with her, like, you know, weapon, like, you know, really tall, like, saw weapon. And she might either A, be running after Beta, or the Whisper that we did see in her house, and I think the first season 10B trailer. But she's definitely fighting someone right here, which I'm definitely very scared for. But then the next shot is what everyone has been raving about this trailer all night long, which is pretty much confirmed to be Negan, because obviously with the leather jacket, and obviously, like, you know, some facial hair, and just, like, you know, Negan's facial features that you can see through the mask. But we do pretty much see, and it is confirmed, that Negan is in a Whisper mask, which is very cool and everything, which I'm very excited to see, which is, I'm extremely hyped for anything, because to see Negan in a Whisper mask is going to be so cool, because I don't think in the comics we ever got to see Negan in a Whisper mask, and to see him finally get one or anything in the show and just in the universe in general will be extremely cool. Next, we pretty much get a, you know, a shot that we already see in the season 10B trailer, but we basically see Carol and everything looking down and possibly, like, rock hopping, which is what I theorized when I first broke down the season 10B trailer, which is that she might be hopping from rock to rock and everything like Daryl did in the season 10B trailer and everything to get out of the cave. But she definitely does look pretty scared right here. Also, another theory that I like honestly just developed is that she might be looking down the exact same thing that Kelly did look down at in the shot that we, like, you know, broke down earlier and everything. Like, she might be staring down at someone dying and everything, or much someone that fell and is about to die. But next, I think we get pretty much a shot of this, like, you know, weird looking walker. It actually does look like a very cool looking walker, but this walker's kind of looking up to them and everything. Obviously, like, you know, they're gonna kill it and everything. It's just a normal walker and everything out of the horde. But I wonder if this is what they're looking at and everything, like, you know, Carol and Kelly and everything. What if this is what they're looking at instead of, like, you know, someone dying? But next, we pretty much get Judith and everything inside what I can only assume is either the hilltop, Oceanside, since, like, you know, Judith was at Oceanside last time we saw her, anything before Michonne left. So she could be inside Oceanside, or she could be at Hilltop that is burning down. But like, besides all that, I think she's fighting off some walkers. But I do honestly think that this is the battle of the Hilltop between the Whispers thing, obviously, since it's, like, you know, burning down and everything. But besides all that and everything, I'm very excited to see, like, you know, Judith fight off some walkers and everything, possibly, and I hope in the battle of the Hilltop with the Whispers. But next, to further the point that this could be Hilltop or anything, we do get to see Alpha, or maybe it's Alpha, maybe, since obviously a lot of people have been theorizing that this is not Alpha and that this is someone else and anything, that with Alpha's mask and everything and shirt and clothes. But I do think that this is Alpha and everything, and she will last to the, like, you know, battle of the Hilltop. But we do see her and anything guiding her army to fight some, like, you know, to shoot some fiery, like, you know, arrows at Hilltop or maybe somewhere else, I'm not sure, but it's a very cool shot nonetheless. But next we pretty much get to see Eugene and, like, you know, Rosier and everything fighting at, you know, again, what I can only assume is the Hilltop, but they're fighting off some walkers and everything right here and I think it's a very cool shot to see them, like, you know, together and everything, to know that they will make it, like, you know, to see each other again. But next we get kind of a behind the shot of them and everything fighting off some walkers, and there are a lot of walkers right here. But next right here is a very weird, very weird shot right here where we pretty much get Eugene staring off at the distance looking very, like, starstruck. So here are my theories for the shot right here. Either A, he just saw someone get killed, B, he sees, like, maybe just very maybe the Commonwealth coming to help them or anything and mow down all the walkers, which is a theory that I had for a very long time, is that the Commonwealth will help in some way or anything. Obviously he'll be stunned to see that, or this is just, you know, more and more walkers coming or anything. Obviously he'll be stunned by just a lot of stuff, everything. Obviously the Hilltop burning down. Right here we get another shot or anything of the walkers at the gates. But then to wrap up this trailer and everything, we pretty much get like 2 extra shots and anything that we saw in the first season 10B trailer and everything of Dale swinging his badass weapon at some walkers at obviously the entrance and gates of, like, you know, the Hilltop. So that was the season 10B trailer, or the second season 10B trailer that we got for The Walking Dead season 10B. I hope you guys did enjoy this breakdown and everything. This was very hard to do and everything, obviously, since I've stuttered a lot and everything during this and everything, obviously, since, like, you know, it's a very long trailer to break down. There's lots of shots to break down. But besides all that, I'm very hyped for season 10B and everything, obviously, since this trailer showed off tons and tons of really cool things that we'll see in season 10B. But make sure to comment down below what you guys are most excited for season 10B that you guys did see in this trailer. What was your favorite shot in the trailer? Yeah, but if you guys did enjoy the video and everything, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more of the Walking Dead universe and just stuff like that, news, reviews, and everything. And yep, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, my amigos, and peace out.